Whoa, Boris. And I tell you what, I thought he might get a little bit turned on that. The narrow part of the track here.
They're coming by you here. Hold the brake.
Look out, guys. Oh,
14
man.
dumped us.
Boy, that's a dangerous spot.
Running 9th at the time, and the caution is out.
You can
Like
see
Boris
Tony,
has the advantage.
yeah, but Tony's on the outside, and he's not going to give. I think he felt like that Boris
Yeah, it looks like Boris maybe running out of room, and Tony says,
wasn't taking any of that.
And the 99 has turned over Brad Keselowski.
And we have a caution. My goodness.
I don't know if I'm okay.
Keselowski was on track for a 6th place finish.
Boy,
and we're told there was contact between Edwards and Keselowski.
And have we seen that somewhere once before?
Talladega last year and early in this race at lap 41.
A little crossover move here by Carl. Clean here, clean here. Just slight contact. Look at that thing go.
That looks so much like Edwards' turnover at Talladega off the bumper of Keselowski.
It really did, and I'm so wondering and hoping that when they put the, here comes Montoya.
Here comes Kane on the bottom.
No out of bounds here at Atlanta. You can go down below the yellow line.
That was
McMurray and Boyer get together. Kurt Busch is in it.
Here we
go.
Another green-white checker.
Mark Martin in the fence.
If we got anybody left.
Caution before the white flag. And you're right, Darrell. If anybody's able to get going, we'll do it again.
Got a 5-car jam up out on the backside of the racetrack that has blocked the track for a moment. Robbie Gordon's in it.
Paulie Haraka, he's tore up big time.
See Ricky
Stenhouse.
Stenhouse car's got a huge amount of damage on the front. He can't even see.
Unbelievable, guys.
That's Nemechek getting nipped by Kyle Kelly in the 59.
Oh, there comes Raines. He gets into the back of Mike Wallace. And there comes the big
See,
clog.
Paulie Haraka tries to go to the inside, just can't get the car turned down there.
The track gets blocked right here, and then Robbie Gordon does a really good job of getting stopped. And then he gets nailed by Stenhouse right here.
Andy, that's the second time that Kelly's got involved in an incident. He spun the first time now, this crash.
And Robbie Gordon, he barely gets a nick in this.
Gone in front of the field. Look at the scramble. Watch the yellow 32 as they go 3 wide in front of him.
Oh, there, left one gets turned around.
Whoa! Klingerman goes through there. Just barely clears him.
Was there enough room there?
No, there was not.
A mess at the exit of turn 2.
Oh, my goodness.
Colin Brown all torn up. Clunk, bang,
And you see right
fenders.
here. Oh, man,
wow.
Bang gets hammered. Look at Kligerman right here. Oh, man.
And
so did Coleman. Man, they both hit the wall there.
Yep.
That's concrete.
3.
Wow, those trucks are.
Oh, trouble already! Austin Dillon in it, as well as Johnny Sauter. The 18 of Kyle Busch is also involved.
98. Oh, look at this truck.
The 10, Jennifer Jo Cobb, also involved. A big accident getting into turn number 3.
You can see the 51 truck.
The 55,
Eric Almirola
yeah.
gets a run on Austin Dillon. Austin starts to kind of come over a little bit to block him.
They touch, and then Austin starts wiggling, and then he catches Johnny Sauter up against the wall. Kyle Busch comes along. The 15 of Ted Musgrave with nowhere to go. The 98 of Landon Castle runs into his teammate Johnny Sauter.
Sponsor was on the side of that truck, and also he'd like to think.
Oh, Hornaday's in the wall. Hornaday into the wall in the backstretch. Now Ricky Carmichael also in the 4, spinning. The 51 of Eric Almirola caught up in this. There's Johnny Benson in the 95 trying to avoid.
What a job by Nelson Piquet Jr. too, Phil. All
Second time he's done a great job. Look at the damage to our champion, Ron Hornaday. Boy, it almost looked from that angle like there might have been a slight contact.
If we could look back at that first one and really see, it looked like from the first look we saw from it, Ricky didn't hit him.
The 85 of Brent Raymer on fire on the front stretch. A lot of damage to the front of that. You see Brent jumping out of that truck.
Boy, I'm glad to see Brent get out of that truck.
Middle view screen, that's Brent coming off of turn number 4. He just caught on fire, just simply caught on fire there. And it looks like it's inside the driver's compartment.
Wow. Had to have a fuel line
fuel fire.
More than an oil fire.
More than an oil fire.
There was no smoke.
Yeah.
There's contact to the front of the truck after the fire broke out on this truck.
Oh, Logano slipped up, got a little piece of Matt Kenseth.
Oh, got another
Johnson!
car. Johnson's around.
Yellow flag.
And I'm telling you, that was so close. The flagman had the white flag in his hand. He just about waved it, but he threw the caution before Kurt Busch got back to the line. Joey Logano in the 20 took a look at the inside.
Mark Martin around. Martin gets hit and turned. Stewart tags him. Spins up to the wall. Jeff Gordon, Carl Edwards, Jamie McMurray, and more.
I think 3 of the 4 Hendrick cars were involved there.
Somewhere around 15 to 25. Oh, got a car.
Kurt Busch.
Holy cow.
Got tipped, slides to the grass. Caution is out.
Hang on, hang on, hang on.
He's in the fence.
Sloopy.
Clip it, Scott.
Left side of your screen.
He was squeezing up that outside. Ooh, he just... Mark was in the middle. I mean, wasn't it? Mark, where's Mark going to go? He can't go up, he can't go down. He was sort of in the middle. That was kind of strangers in the night there.
And with the hood up over his windshield, Kurt.
Different driver crew chief combinations.
Trouble.
There we go. That's Mark Martin in the 5.
Oh, man.
Jamie McMurray the 1.
Hamlin in the 11.
And it almost seems like this happens a lot in Budweiser shootout practice.
There's 2.5 junk race cars.
I think Hamlin must, yeah, here comes Hamlin. Oh, he just gets into the right rear of Mark and turns Mark around and sets off a chain reaction wreck there with a lot of race cars.
Yeah, Biffle involved, goes to the infield.
29.
Yeah, Clint Boyer in that 29 was
29
involved.
got hit.
I think several cars got some type of damage.
Exactly. I think everybody's out of their car down there. Looks like everybody's okay.
In front of him is John Andretti. Behind him is Montoya. Watch the blue deuce.
And Andretti, looks like that maybe the 42 got into the back of the 2. I think that the 2 ran up on Andretti there and maybe had to try to make a lane change.
Maybe this will show us how it got started. Yeah, he got hooked by Montoya.
Yeah,
girl.
Montoya just got into the back of him. And Mike, another thing about the bigger restrictor plate.
Come on, man.
Come on now.
Oh, there goes Biffle.
There you go.
All right. Caution's out, so the race is over. Wherever they were at the time of caution.
Race is over, and they're all wrecking. This looks like Days of Thunder all over again.
And Kevin Harvick will become the 4th driver to win back-to-back Budweiser shootouts.
Getting a big push from Gordon right here. And, of course, Kane gave Harvick in the 29. I don't know if the Biff had a right rear down or if he just got lifted off the ground because the 29 was all, I mean, the 24, Jeff Gordon was all up in the back of him getting in the corner.
James Buescher in the 31.
Oh, we got a crash.
Ricky Carmichael around and backs it into the outside wall.
Looked like Mike Skinner.
Oh, and cars and trucks flying in there. That was the 6th that came in. That is Jeffrey Earnhardt that made contact after Carmichael came back down the racetrack.
Look at the damage on that 6 truck. That's hard contact.
Watch this now. There's the 5 of Mike Skinner. He gets into the corner. They make a little contact without a doubt. And that corner is so flat, there's no bank to catch you.
Watch this thing come across the track now, just fast.
Jeffrey Earnhardt had committed to the bottom. He was all the way down on the bottom of the racetrack, just as you mentioned, expecting that truck to probably stay up against the outside wall. See Hornaday go by the 33 truck.
Oh, he just turned it.
Kyle Busch into the wall will bring out our 4th caution of the night, and there was no question he got turned.
Wow. Yeah, he did. There was definitely no question there.
You all right, Kyle?
He's got his neck down before the car's even stopped. He is hot. Yeah.
Kyle Busch leading this race. Caught a big break early after having to make an unscheduled pit stop.
And they just hook bumpers right there. Wow. That's how can you hook bumpers going down the back straightaway?
I'd like to see. I want to see this angle because you see Juan going over to him and Kyle coming up.
You hook bumpers when both people are crossing each other. You know what I mean? One's going left and one's going right. I'm not, you know, that's a bad deal, but I think the 18 thought he was cleared, and I don't know what the 42 was thinking at that.
Problems. Colin Brown gets sideways into the infield. It looks like Taylor Malsom's going to make contact with the inside wall.
That's that bump drafting gone awry there, I have to believe.
No doubt.
Unfortunately, Taylor's going to be the one that's going to really pay the price.
Put tires on.
Colin Brown, I don't think got any damage out of that. Just got turned around sideways.
A big hit from the 6 on the 5, and then he checked up, and right behind him was Chad McCumbee.
And then Ricky Carmichael gets in the back of Taylor Malsom. Nothing Ricky can do at that point. You can't see through these trucks. Ricky had no idea what all was going on in front of him, and
that's obviously not the case right now. Still 4 remaining, but Bodine trying to make his move to the outside, and we have trouble on the back straightaway.
Problems for the 14 and the 5. Now they all bottle up behind them. The 16's into the wall. Hornaday, your championship leader, is into the wall. A lot of damage on the back stretch. Oh, and Max Pappas gets into the 5 of Mike Skinner as they're slowing down the back stretch. Take another look. This is real time.
That's just, I mean, it's really difficult to assess exactly who to blame that on. I mean, Skinner was trying to pull over a little bit. Johnny was in there a little bit. They got together, and it caused a big crash.
Running 13th. Take a look, and there he is. He's loose.
Yeah, I say so. He was way up. He'd been working the top of the racetrack some. Just like Dale said, the car's looking for grip. I just didn't find what he was looking for there. Too bad Mike Wallace got involved in that. Michael McDowell also.
McDowell's in a battle for 10th in the points championship with Michael Annette. There's Mike Wallace, as we mentioned in the 01 also. So 2 guys that were trying to secure positions. He was 30 points ahead at the moment that this took place.
Yeah, this is higher than what we've seen anybody else. You could hear him kind of play with the throttle on it.
Hold your brake, hold your brake. Hold your brake.
And the other cars came piling in because you're fast part of the racetrack on that exit of turn 2.
Oh no, Stephen Wallace into the wall. Also Michael Annette.
I don't know what happened with Stephen Wallace, but he got a ton of damage here.
Well, he is getting back around, heading for the pits. They were 17th and 18th. Both were a lap down. In fact, they were the only 2 cars that were 1 lap down.
See Stephen right there. Michael Annette trying to go by on the high side. You see the 66 car get a little bit loose, slide up in the 15 of Michael Annette. Had a run and just got into the back of him.
Boy, Tony Raines just gets by. All right, let's take a look at it in real speed. Listen.
Yeah, it all happened so quickly.
And again, the caution out for the 88 car now in the wall here.
I'll get you hold there.
Yeah, you can tell it's going to be a long day. When you have that bead melting like that, it doesn't get better. You're just going to keep having that problem. There it goes. You see right off the corner. Man. Hit the wall pretty hard there. He's just trying to stay out of the way of the other traffic.
Yeah,
right in front of Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah, I've been watching him. He was in some traffic, and it was like he was trying his best not to abuse the car and the tires and the brakes.
0-0 problems on the back stretch. The 73 into the wall.
That's Ben Stansel. Hard contact for that 73 truck.
Well, this is going to be a big question mark for the crew chiefs. Now, we know they only have 2 sets of tires in the pits. See, Ben Stansel just gets a little bit loose up off of turn number 2. He had the 41 truck of Mark Mitchell behind him, makes some pretty hard contact with the inside wall.
Man, that's a helpless feeling when that thing jumps out from underneath you like that. Ben, the other truck, I think, was a factor, Phil. Look how close he is. Just sucks that truck right around. And look at that.
Wow. I think the officials are going to have to take a look at that inside wall. It looked like it really, I think that's obviously a terrific, that's a safer barrier there.
Whoa, Greg Biffle, Mark Martin in the 5 car. Mark got in the outside wall hard.
They got hung. Oh, no. More.
Here we go. Montoya piles in.
47 car.
Edwards is in it. Keselowski misses it. And what did Harvick just do?
He tried to shoot the gap, and he got clipped.
And Ambrose gets the worst of it.
Poor old Marcos. He had just gotten himself back up near the front. He was running like 13th. See, watch these 2 cars. 16 and 5. They get hung together right here. Bam. Mark hit that wall hard.
And he was trying to get down to pit road, and you can see he's all the way down on the right front.
Actually going a little fast for the condition his car was in. He goes right up in front of Jeff Gordon.
Ooh. And they just start stacking up from there.
Watch Harvick. He sees an opening right here. Shoot that gap right there, and he got clipped a little bit, but I think he's okay.
Speaking of shooting the gap, Carl Edwards, he shot the gap with that 99 car.
The move that Harvick made was a really pretty cool move. If you watch him, he was going to get some pretty serious damage here if he hadn't have made the move that he made. Watch him right in the middle right there, and he gets clipped in the right rear, but he fortunate that's all he got.
Joey Logano. Wow. Report is the left rear tire on that 20 car went down. You see all the fender damage there. And then the crash brings the caution out with 47 laps to go. Wow, that's a tough hit.
All the abrasiveness of this racetrack just chews on these race tires. And
inside the car.
See him come off the corner there. And
there he is. Wow.
Just chewed that left rear tire up and just blew it out going down the straightaway. And he gets down to turn 3 there and doesn't make the entry.
Well, Brad, you hardly ever see cars blow the tires out in the middle of straightaways unless maybe he made some contact with somebody passing them where they actually rubbed on that left rear tire and it caused it to blow out like that. But you know, it usually happens in the corners or maybe X in the corners, but man, that was in the middle of the straightaway.